A 77-year-old man has been charged with setting a fire at his California retirement home to lure firefighters to their deaths. Long Beach Fire Captain Dave Rosa was killed, and another firefighter was seriously injured when Kim opened fire in the early hours of Monday. Kim, 77, was arrested on Monday on suspicion of murder, attempted murder and arson. But investigators were still trying to determine a motive for the attack in the southern Los Angeles suburb, Police Chief Robert Luna said. There still is a large puzzle we're trying to put together. There's still a lot of information we don't know, Luna said. Kim remains jailed on $2 million bail, and it was unclear whether he had an attorney. Firefighters were called to the 11-story Covenant Manor at around 4 a.m. on Monday by reports of an explosion. They found some second-floor windows blown out, activated sprinklers, the smell of gas and a fire that they extinguished, authorities said. Firefighters were searching the building when shots rang out, and the two firefighters were hit, Fire Chief Michael DuRee said. Fire Captain Rosa, a 17-year veteran, died at a hospital, the chief said. He is survived by a wife and two children aged 16 and 25. Long Beach lost a hero today, Mayor Robert Garcia said. Dozens of firefighters stood at attention and saluted as the flag-draped coffin carrying Rosa's body was brought out of a hospital Monday afternoon and loaded into a coroner's van. Community members waved American flags along the street outside the hospital as the procession of police and fire vehicles escorted the van to the coroner's office. The other firefighter, Ernesto Torres, was released from the hospital and was expected to make a full recovery, officials said. An elderly resident at the retirement home was also shot during the chaos on Monday morning and was in critical but stable condition, Luna said. That's the environment we work in today, as law enforcement and firefighters. You go to these scenes and you never know what's on the other side of those doors. And these brave firefighters went through those doors, and unfortunately they were met with gunfire, Luna said earlier Monday. The police chief said a revolver was found after Kim was arrested. Investigators also called in a bomb squad to render two suspicious devices safe. Luna didn't explain the nature of the devices, but said detectives had a lot of questions about them and what Kim intended to do with them. 80 senior citizens were evacuated from the retirement home until it could be declared safe. Pamela Barr, who lives in the building, said she was awakened by fire alarms and didn't panic because false alarms are not uncommon. She tried to go back to sleep but then learned what was happening by watching TV news. Firefighters later evacuated the building and put residents on buses. This is a lot to deal with, said Barr, 73, as she sat with her son in a car, waiting to be allowed back in the tower, where she lives on the 9th floor on the opposite end of the building from where the fire occurred. Barr said she hadn't heard of any troubles involving residents of the facility, where she has lived for 7 years. She described it as clean, well-run and secure. Gloria Ford, 58, who lives a few blocks away, was awakened by screaming sirens earlier and came to check out the scene. I'm very sorry about it. I'm sick about it, she said about the death of the firefighter. It's just mad. It hits home. We just show up to do our job, Long Beach Police Sergeant Brad Johnson told NBC Los Angeles. Firefighters, they deal with fire. They don't deal with bullets. It's a sad day in Long Beach's history. Investigators are looking into whether the shooter intentionally lured first responders to the scene to ambush them, Luna said. The residential tower near downtown Long Beach has 100 apartments for low-income people aged 62 and older as well as disabled adults, according to its website. Long Beach is a major port city with a population of more than 400,000.